Oh, so you're against having sex?
No. There's a difference between sex and reproduction. So obviously you can have sex for bonding, pleasure, this sort of stuff.
Okay.
But yeah. So it's sort of like the opposite of the sort of conservative religious view, where it's only for procreation. We're saying you can have sex for pleasure, just do it safely and using contraception.
Do it safely.
Yeah, with with contraception.
Yeah, but don't ever have any children. Like, don't have children.
Well, we're not against adoption and things like that. What we're saying is don't biologically reproduce.
Oh, okay, because there's so many unwanted children.
No. Even if there was no children in the foster system. So I'll explain it. So you can see here, like, condoms over cancer, things like this, right? So the general message we're trying to promote is that when you create someone, you're ultimately imposing some suffering on them, to whatever degree.
Okay.
We suffer to some extent. We all ultimately die as well. And what we're saying is we think that is a reason not to create someone. And we're not harming them by not creating them. They don't exist. And it's not like they want to come into existence.
Oh, okay. So everyone will die out, obviously, won't they?
Yeah, so everyone who's here now will die at some point anyway. And if there's no one new brought into existence, the human species will just fade out.
Yeah. And that's what you're...
Yeah, we think that would be preferable to what's going on now. We think. Do you not think there's a lot of suffering in the world?
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Absolutely. But I always think good triumphs over evil, and I can't
see. Do you?
Yeah.
If you look at history, do you really think good triumphs over evil?
Well, it doesn't. It does, but you don't think that, obviously. I want to believe that. You're like laughing because you just, and I'm not going to be well.
No, I'm not laughing at you. But
no, I know that.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm not. I see what it's quite. It's obviously really radical. Like I haven't been this before, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Antinatalism.
Antinatalism.
How long has this been going on?
You mean the idea itself? For
is it like old as
thousands of years? It was ancient Greece, what is now Syria. Obviously, it wasn't Syria at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy parts of your life?
I enjoy most of my life.
Yeah. And surely, like when you have a child, if you chose to have a child, that they would also enjoy parts of their life. They would suffer in other parts of their life.
Yeah.
But you're enjoying parts of your life, yet you don't want to procreate for other. Yeah.
Because I think I already exist, right? And so I have an interest in pursuing pleasure, satisfaction, and the good things in life, right? That's a benefit to me. So let me put it like this. It would be good for me to have a nice retirement, but it would make no sense for me to create a child so that they can have a nice retirement, because they didn't need it before I created them.
Right.
So it's the same way. It's like a good life is clearly a benefit to me, it's a benefit to you, but it wouldn't make sense to create someone so they can have a good life, because they wouldn't need one until I created them. If you get what I mean.
But then they're around to actually do some good acts to help people.
That's true.
So this one...
Condoms over cancer. So it's
right. Okay. So then people won't have cancer.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
Vasectomy over vanity. Right.
Trying to get that one.
Yeah. Sterility
over suicide. Because once you create someone, I think it's the 7th leading cause of death is suicide in the world. It kills more people than war does.
My friend's son his own life just 2 weeks ago.
Obviously, it's awful. It's awful for other people, it's awful for the person. And I think to put someone in a situation where the only way you can get out of it is to commit suicide is an extremely irresponsible, at the least, but unethical act to do. And I wouldn't be able to, if I had a kid and then one day they were in the situation where they wanted to kill themselves, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself.
Okay. I did speak at length to the mother of the child who did kill
I'm not
themselves.
casting any judgment on her.
No, I know you're not. But and as she understood, because she had done so much such soul searching herself, he was in so much pain that was his way to find peace. And I did say, do not, because you will get negativity at some point. She hasn't, so everyone's been, but there will be, won't there? Very religious will say it's a sin. I've encountered it. But I mean, well, you don't know because you haven't got a kid, and you know what I mean. So you you think at this point you would be able to forgive yourself, but actually you don't know how you would feel if, because it's if it's all hypothetical, isn't it?
Yeah. I think emotionally, I could get to a point where I could accept it and move on. But I think morally, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Which
think about. I don't know if I know the answer.
Yeah, no. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you personally, if when you were, I'm assuming your son is a biological son, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When you were thinking of having him, did you ever think about it in an ethical way, or was it just simply, you know, you and your partner wanted a child, you thought you could do it responsibly, or did you ever think, is this an ethical thing to do, or was it just not something that came into your mind?
Definitely not, because I do know somebody whose daughter, they were like, I don't know if they're antinatalist. Is that what it is?
Yeah, antinatalist. Yeah.
And she couldn't get her head around it, and I couldn't get it. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah. I think that's the case.
It's interesting because I think, well, who am I to say? Because I'm like able to provide financially. You know, maybe you don't know mentally or whatever. But so many people go on having children. You think, but in a way, I shouldn't judge that they have so many when they can't afford it or whatever. When why shouldn't they if they want? I know you would say. So no, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's just interesting because, like, I think even if someone doesn't agree with antinatalism, I think a valuable contribution it makes to the conversation is highlighting how serious an action it is and how significant.
Yeah.
And I think it's not.
Significant. And people pop them out like, you know, and they don't think. Yeah,
I know.
Certainly gave it a lot more thought.
Yeah.
And you do think, oh my gosh, you know, at times, am I worthy? What have I done? How I am put onto them.
Yeah.
But then they will learn through, you know, like my mother would has lots of issues, but it was never, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So that comes down to me.
Yeah.
Whereas what I have, the issues that I have, I won't like totally lord them over, but they will be aware of them in order to maybe, you know, coping strategies themselves. I know you would say, well, that's, you know, maybe you got no right to do that or whatever.